Number 4, development and subdivision potential. Okay, so this is one that most of the investors would actually be quite excited about, because I think a lot of talking to a lot of investors, everyone wants to be able to build out their own or do some sort of development down the track. Okay, so this could be something that I use to qualify. Even myself, I found a development block which is in Logan, and that's a corner block. And I picked it up relatively cheaply, around 282 a couple of years back. That one can be converted into a development block or has got the subdivision potential later on. So in that sense, what would you be looking for? Okay, well, as a simple example, like the zoning of it. Where's the property zoned? What type of residential? Is it an R1, R2, R3, R4? That's in New South Wales terms. Has it got subdivision potential? What is the minimum lot in order for the property or the land to be able to subdivide it from one block to two? Because by doing that, then essentially you cut the block in half and you can sell one block, or you can build both and then sell one off, and then the profit on that one goes against paying off the earlier one. Okay, so it's a very innovative way. And of course, you probably will need a lot more capital outlay in the first place to be able to go down development and subdivision. So it's not something that I would suggest someone fairly new or not as experienced investors to start off from day one. What I would suggest is, when you're doing your due diligence, know exactly where the property is situated, what the land zoning is, and what it can be used moving forward, so that later down the track, if you do want to be able to do development or subdivide the land, then you've got the option to. Otherwise, most people may not necessarily go ahead with that, and they just decide that later on they will resell this block to a developer and let the developer do the work. And hopefully at that time, the land would have increased so much, and it's a fat profit for you to be able to get that out. Okay? All right, so we've covered all 4 points now. Let's tie them together. So basically, when you look at a property on realestate.com.au, for example, the first thing I will look at is, okay, well, what is the price? Because the price, and then I've also got some idea about, quickly flipping through the photos, then I would have got some idea in terms of the condition inside and be able to derive a rental estimate from there. So, first thing is look at the price, derive a rental estimate. Does it fit within the 6 to 6.5% range? Okay, well, if it is, then, if for those that are looking for yield player, then straight away you know whether that fits the criteria or not. Okay, so that's one way of looking at it. Now, location. If it ticks the yield box, then I might go, okay, well, I'll have a look at the location. I'll just open up the map in realestate.com.au and see, okay, does the property actually is located close to train stations or public transport or any amenities? Okay, so by using Google Map, that can give you fairly easily an idea. Or the other one that I use is walkscore.com. Basically, that will also give you an idea in terms of what this location, where this location is, how it scores, and what are the close amenities around it. So that's a fairly good website that you could also use to determine location. Okay. Value add can be done as part of my due diligence when I was looking at the photos. So when I was looking at the photos, I would subconsciously think, okay, well, the kitchen is not new. What can I do with it? Oh, the bathroom looks a bit dated. What can I do with it? Okay, the backyard, it's flat. Has it got enough room? Is there a floor plan that I can actually look at? Has there been side access? And if there's a floor plan, is that something that I can look at adding an extra room, for example? So these are kind of things that when I was looking at the listing photos, I will be able to determine to see whether that fits the value add criteria. Now, the fourth, development and subdivision. This does require you to understand land and zonings to a certain degree, but the lazy way of doing it is just by punching in the address in the council website, because usually, for example, the Logan website will give you a fairly detailed land zoning and also the square block. So by jumping onto the council website and actually punching in the detail of the address, that'll give you an idea in terms of the development potential, in terms of what it can be done. Subdivision potential, this you will need to be able to, actually look into that further on the council website to understand what is the minimum lot size of a block that can be subdivided. So having that knowledge and do that homework up front, and once you understood it for the first time, then as an example, the zoning for Logan, again, might be 1,000 square meters in not a corner block, so a standard block. 1,000 square meters in order for it to be subdivided. In other words, minimum lot size is 500, or as a corner block, 750 square meters. Okay, so I knew that, and because I've researched up front. So when I look for something, then I want to have development subdivision potential, then essentially I just try to look for blocks that is bigger than 750 square meters for a corner block, or for a standard block, look for over 1,000 square meters. Okay, so hopefully that gives everyone some idea about how do I go ahead and pre-qualify the listings in order to determine whether it is a good investment property or not. I hope that helps, and again, if you like this video, please click the like button. If you got any questions, feel free to comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, as I will have more of these videos down the track to help everyone in picking an investment property. Until next time, I'm Dave from LendPower, and I'll see you in the next InvestPower episode.